Bagheera. Okay, hey, BOOZHOO! And welcome back to the show. Welcome back to BOOZHOO NANABOOZHOO, the podcast about Ojibwe language and Bagheera, my little black cat here. How you doing, sweetie?
I'm doing great. How are you?
Not too bad. Feels kind of weird to be doing a show out here in the living room, huh?
Yeah, it's all right, though.
How you guys doing? Decided to shoot the live stream from the living room. It's just too cold in that back room. My old, the studio is kind of in a back room. Nobody cares about this, but it used to be a garage, so it's not really insulated. And it was really cold last night. What was it, 25 below or something?
Yeah.
No, it's warmed up to a balmy -5. 5 below zero. It's 5 below Hoa.
Yeah.
5 below zero. And, hey, Julia Wolfe. Me Gwetch. Julia Wolfe just shared this on Facebook.
All right.
Thank you, Julia. How you doing? Welcome to the show. Let's give old Julia a gold star for being the first one here.
All right. Gold star for Julia. BOOZHOO Nijikwe.
BOOZHOO, my female friend. And Hoa, here comes Joe. Here comes Joe. Joe's coming in second.
Got a silver star for Joe.
Silver star for Joe. And who else is here? La-dee-da. I guess it's just us. How you guys doing? Are you staying warm? Or are you cold? Brr, Gisana. It's cold outside.
Well, it's not so cold now. It's 5 below.
Yeah, that's not so bad. What was it at the coldest, like 3 days ago?
It was 32 below on whatever day that was.
Yeah, that was insane. Last night it got down to 25 below. But kept the pipes open, so nothing froze up.
Not so far.
Anyway. But now we got a fire out here. And you know, really, Ningikaj. People, I was cold. We are Gi Ningikaj. I was cold. But now, we got the Ishkode going, so, whoops. Where is it? There it is. Ningijus. Ningijus. Jews?
What's this about Jews?
Ningi Jews. Ningi Jews. I'm warm. We got a fire, so don't worry about it. Namino Ea. I am well. I am warm by the Ishkode. By the fire. If you want to ask somebody for a lighter to light your zagaswa, your cigarette, you say Ishkodent. Ishkozents. Zaints? Zents. Ishkodents. Ishkozents. A little fire. Something like that. The word for the lighter is like little fire. But we got a regular fire here. And, here comes Jim. Here comes Jim coming in third.
Here comes Jim with a close third. BOOZHOO, Jim.
BOOZHOO, Jim.
And we'll get a bronze star for Jim.
Bronze star right next to Jim's name. He says, yo, it's supposed to be 57, I think, tomorrow here. Oh, just rub our faces in it, why don't you, Jim? It's going to be 57 degrees. Wow, I don't even remember what that's like.
Yeah. Where's Jim?
I think he's out in Oregon. Are you in Oregon? Oregon? I don't know how you're supposed to say that. Yeah, it's freezing over here, though. It's going to get cold again tomorrow. Gonna have to turn that space heater on down by the pipes.
Yeah.
Hey, here's Missy. I'm here, just being quiet. Wow. Somebody marked this day on the calendar. Missy's being quiet.
Nah.
How you doing, Missy? And Julia says, my teeth chatter. I'm saying that I am cold. Yeah, that's the other way to say I'm cold in Ojibwe. You just go, brr, kissana, brr. I like it when I shake, or what is that called? It's not shaking. You're shivering. Brr. When I shiver, I almost vibrate.
Yeah, huh?
I think it's because I'm skinny. I'm always cold. Ningikaj, I am cold. It is cold is like the weather. Gisanaz, it is cold actually. You wouldn't say gisanaz to say I'm cold. When you're cold, gigikaj. Gigikaj. Gingikaj.
Yeah, gingikaj.
Gingikaj. It's like ni is me or mine. Gi is you. Gigalabam you I'll see again. You know. Anyway. But I'm not so bad now. I got layers on.
I got layers. We slept through the worst of it.
Yeah. Because here's the other thing for people not from Minnesota. You know, you can turn on the heat in your house and everything and put some blankets on the windows, build a fire, do what you can. But the ground is still so cold that even through the wood and the carpeting, the floor will be freezing cold. Plus our heat, for some reason when they designed this house, can you guys see that blower back there? I mean, everybody knows that like hot air goes up. Why didn't they put the hot air blowers on the floor and let the hot air rise? I don't know. I've had it, I tell you. I'm going to move away.
We're going to move away?
Yep, we're going south, sweetie. We're going Mexico way.
No, I don't want to move to Mexico.
Why not, you racist?
That's not racist. I don't want to move to Mexico.
Yep. If you don't want to live in Mexico or you don't want to live in Africa, that means you're a racist.
Get out of here.
No, I'm just kidding. I'd like to, you know, kind of call out the social justice warriors. So, oh, really? You love diversity so much? Well, why don't you go to Africa? I'm not telling the black people to go back to Africa. I'm saying white people who think Africa is so awesome, move there. Don't forget to get your shots. Mexico, you know. And we got a picture of Princess there. Rest in peace. Poor old Bagheera's got to walk by that picture of Princess every day.
I know. I wonder if he resents that.
I got that picture from my cousin Missy. Princess was my cat for about, I lose track of how many years. Not as many years. I think 8 years.
Something like that.
6 years? 8 years? Whatever. It was the first cat I ever had, you know, first pet. And oh, she was just a great cat. She was just a beautiful, just really loved my cat a lot. And nobody was more surprised how devastated I was when she died than me. I don't know. I've been around the block, you guys. I got a little, little wisdom. This isn't my first rodeo, as they say. This isn't my first powwow. You know, I thought I knew something about death and grief. But, oh, wow, when Princess died, I just fell apart. I guess half of it was just so pitiful. because you better watch out, Bagheera. If you get sick, I'm not one to bring cats into the vets. You're going to have to really make me do it. Because Bagheera hated that going in so much, I just let her die at home. I should have brought her in to get put down, but instead she just died slowly. And I don't know, she didn't seem to be in any pain, she just seemed to run out of energy. But I spent 3 days just watching this cat slow down to a crawl, and then finally just die. And oh wow, my heart just broke. Huh, sweetie, you remember that?
I remember that. My heart broke too.
Yeah. Yikes, it was rough. But On the upside, we got kind of a cool picture out of it.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not saying I'm glad she died.
Now, come on.
No. But in this house, like where I was talking about pets, or not pets, where I was talking about princess, telling princess stories and that. And I wonder if Bagheera doesn't feel like that kid. Remember the movie, what was that movie? Not The Outsiders.
Ordinary people.
Ordinary People. Where the boy is like, his brother dies in a boating accident. And the parents keep a painting of the dead brother over the mantle. And he says, his brother never aged in that painting. And he could never do any wrong, And he learned to resent that painting and his dead brother. And because his parents, clearly they were grieving over the dead brother, but he felt like they loved the dead brother more than him and all this. I'm sure Bagheera walks by this and he's like, yeah, whatever. I wasn't even here when she was living. But sorry, dude. Anywho, sunny day, la-dee-da-dee. What's going on, baby doll?
Not much.
Okay, hey, Grassroots Indians. BOOZHOO, Grassroots. What's up? Minnesota people, they like to give the chin wave. It's not very manly. Just go, oh, hello. Hello there. Hi, I see you. You ever notice when babies wave? They think they're supposed to wave to themselves. They're like, bye-bye. They'll wave to themselves.
I know. It's so cute.
Babies. Baby, we can talk all night.
But that ain't getting us nowhere.
The snow is really piling up outside.
I wish you wouldn't make me leave here.
Ladies and gentlemen, the lovely and the talented Natasha.
BOOZHOO Gakina! Hello, everyone.
Did I introduce everyone?
I don't know.
I'm talking about my cats. Over here, we got the rock star cartoonist, Michael Lyons. Ikadon BOOZHOO, Niji. Hey, everyone, welcome to the show. Then we got over down there on the floor, we got Bagheera. Ikadon BOOZHOO, Bagheera. Say hello. Bagheera doesn't understand Ojibwe. He's black. He's not red like us. Say hello, Bagheera. All right, fine, be that way. Bagheera's too good to say hello to you. He doesn't want to, doesn't want to Ikadon BOOZHOO. He doesn't want to say hello. This is why Princess was a better cat than you.
No, don't say that.
No, I'm just kidding. Okay. So today, I would like to talk about a very serious subject. It seems like the only thing anybody wants to talk about are the COVID, the vaccinations, transgenderism, and what else?
Immigration.
And immigration.
And global warming.
And global warming. We're going to cover these 5 subjects because this is YouTube. Number 1, COVID. It's just the flu. Don't worry about it. Or it might be chemical warfare. I'm not sure. Number 2, vaccinations. Don't get it. Who cares? It doesn't stop you from getting it or spreading it. So whatever. Number 3,
Transgenderism.
transgenderism. Mental illness. What's number 4?
I don't know. Immigration.
Oh, immigration. It's not racist to have a border patrol and building a wall or whatever. It's okay to say, no, you can't come in here without being checked out. No, you can't vote. And what's the other one? We did corona, vaccinations, transgenderism. Oh, global warming. Yeah, global warming. There's no such thing as a globe, and I don't know if the temperature's changing. I don't believe anybody does. But here's my problem with global warming. With just the whole debate. It's like, okay, fine. Like, can we get past if we agree with Bill Nye the science pervert, Bill Nye the science pedo, and yeah, that global warming's real. What do you want us to do? What's number 2? Just spell it out. Everybody wants us to be equally outraged and cry out that the end is near, and that's patriarchy and racism that we're killing the Mother Earth. All right. What do you want? What's your plan? Do you want me to stop driving my pickup? I haven't driven my pickup in over a week. It doesn't start. All right. Are you going to stop driving your car? And what then? Do you want us to stop using electricity? Do I have to just keep adding wood to my fake fire here? This is actually just a fireplace channel. It doesn't even have any heat. Well, come on. I don't know. That's why I'm so sick of Leonardo DiCaprio, that other pervert. You think Leonardo DiCaprio's a pervert? Of course he is. The guy that won't keep a girlfriend as soon as the girl turns 23, he dumps her and gets a new one. That guy just cruises around on, private yachts that, by the way, use gasoline. And has a whole bunch of bikini models in their early 20s. Let's hope they're over 18. I doubt it. And, he just smokes cigars and drinks martinis and then lectures us about global warming. Yeah, Leonardo. Number 1. When you were in that movie, What About Eating Gilbert Grape? Was that the real you? Are you actually that retarded? No. Shut up. And this has been my 2 cents on current events. There you go. To learn more about my 2 cents on anything, tune in to BOOZHOO NANABOOZHOO, the podcast. Anyway. So what else is going on, sweetie? I don't know. Let's see, transgenderism and COVID-related stuff. Censorship. We could talk about censorship. Censorship? Everybody talks about how YouTube censors everything. Oh, it's dangerous misinformation. Okay. Dangerous misinformation. What? It's called fiction. How can it be dangerous? Oh, you're going to get hurt if you hear something that's not true. That's so dangerous, sweetie. I know. Look out. We got some information coming down the road. But it's dangerous. I'm so sick of all the fear-mongering. Oh, no. That's the cool thing about getting older. What's that? Well, after a while, you just kind of see they've been crying end of the world since I was a kid. Remember Jimmy Carter? No, I don't remember Jimmy Carter. I'm way too young. Oh, that's right. You haven't really committed to how old you are yet. No, you're like Leonardo DiCaprio. I'm so young. Well, I remember Jimmy Carter. Some of the BOOZHOO crew will remember. Jimmy Carter, for you young guys, he was the president of the United States. It was, they called him the peanut president. He was actually a really nice man. He was a farmer. He raised peanuts and harvested peanuts. And then one day he said, you know what, doggone it, I'm going to take a 4-year break from my peanut farm. I'm going to run for president. I'm going to go tell those fat cats in Washington, D.C. what's up. And so this nice farmer ran for president. And for 4 years, I think he was the only president where we weren't in a war. Is that right? Yeah, I think so. I think I heard once he never fired a shot. But maybe I dreamt that. I don't remember. Yeah, me either. But then, but I remember during his time, so I'm just a little guy. It was like the early 70s or something. They had these long gas lines. People were, you would think they were getting tested for COVID. There were so many long gas lines. It's okay. Only certain days you can buy gasoline because there's a gasoline shortage. The world's coming to an end. And quit using your hairspray, by the way. There's a hole in the ozone. The ozone's got a hole. They're like, what? What's the ozone? You know, the dome. Oh, you mean the firmament? No, that's not real. We live on a spinning ball in outer space. And there's we call it the ozone layer of the atmosphere. Many layers to this invisible sphere around our spinning globe. And your hair spray is going to make a hole, and that hole will lead to global warming. It's like, wouldn't that lead to space, to just death? There's going to be a hole in the dome or the sphere. No, you see. Greenhouse effect. It's going to be global warming. You won't even have a winter. And Minnesota people are like, yeah, let's do that. How do we make this happen? Like, no, it's a bad thing. The ice, the huge floating ice cubes called icebergs that are a very real thing, by the way. So are pandas. Are going to melt. And then, and people in Alaska are like, yeah, that'd be great. I'm sure the panda bears would appreciate it too. Because yes, they have summer sometimes. We don't need to be frozen. And then they're like, no, it's global warming. But then later on, they had to update it. They're like, okay, no, it's going to be global cooling. We're going to have a new ice age. It's like, I thought you said it was going to be global warming. No, this time. You don't understand. You're so dumb. Okay. There's going to be a hole in the ozone layer that'll create a greenhouse effect or something that will change the climate itself. And the climate, you see, the weather patterns, because of what? Driving cars? Okay. Because of cars, I guess, it's going to make the climate change. And you're all going to die unless you do what we say. Okay. No, I'm not going to do what you say, but what's your plan, dummies? What is your plan? What would you like us to do? I'd just like to hear you, Winona LaDuke. What do you want us to do? No more pipelines? So no more oil? You're going to shut down the oil pipelines for everybody? Or just from here on, you're going to make little adjustments in the future. So 7 generations from now, you're going to make some sort of impact. I mean, come on. What do you want from me? I'm freezing. Don't be threatening global warming with climate change to me. Guess not. It is cold. It's always cold this time of year. Nothing's changed. Oh, so this is my major point. So after 55 years, you get to see a trend. And it's like, all these predictions are like, listen to Al Gore, New York's going to be underwater by now because the icebergs are going to melt. And what? Your spinning ball planet's going to fill up with more water? That's not how it works, dum-dums. You ever see ice melt in a glass? Does the water just go up over the the glass after the ice melts and flood? No. Ice actually takes more space because there's air in it. But it's the same. It's just water. Even if the icebergs melt, we're going to be fine. Just shut up. Go for a drive. It don't matter. We're all dead anyway, sweetie. Don't say that. Oh, look out. Global warming. Well, you better wear your mask. It's a pandemic. Pandemic. So, I don't know. Ningikaj. I'm cold. How could you be so cold? My heart's frozen up, sweetie. Too much fear-mongering growing up. The media is always trying to keep us scared. Oh, look out. It's 9/11, kids. The terrorists are going to come and get you. They hate you for your freedom. Until that gets played out, then we have to find a new bad guy. Oh, look out. It's the Chinese. That's racist. Okay, it's a Chinese virus. The germs hate your freedom. Put on a mask. That was the other thing I was thinking about today. What's that? Pink Floyd. Ba-dum, 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 ba-dum. When we grew up and went to school. Just how much that Pink Floyd, The Wall, is coming true. Yeah, like in schools. Exactly. We don't need no education. For some of you young kids, you won't remember this, but Gen Xers will remember very well. An album called Pink Floyd, The Wall. And in the Pink Floyd, The Wall, this guy kind of sang songs about different stages in his life. One was when he was a little guy and his dad died in the Second World War. He was being raised by his overbearing single mom. Mother, do you think they'll drop the bomb? But then when he'd go to school, the oppressive school, when we grew up and went to school, there were certain teachers who would hurt the children any way they could. By pouring their derision upon anything we did, exposing every weakness, how really carefully hidden by the kids. Yeah, and all. But they would show like these kids, these faceless drones just kind of being moved down the conveyor belt, and they'd fall into this vat, and the vat would churn them up, and it'd be like a meat grinder, and then these little worms would come out, waiting to cut out the dead wood, waiting to calm the worms, waiting. But you think about schools now, and all these kids wearing their masks, marching to and fro, their terrified teachers not wanting to teach in person. Some of these schools have the kids like in glass, tubes in the, like a spit guard. They've got like the, like you go to a restaurant and you order the salad bar. Now schools are like, we put all the kids in the salad bars so they can't get germs on the teacher. And the teacher's up there teaching that, today in history, how America was racist. Chapter 1, your parents are racists. Chapter 2, you're a racist. Chapter 3, all Indians are victims. Chapter 4, black people are slaves. And then, you can't, there's thought police. Now kids are like identifying, it's become just this nightmare. I know. We don't need no, hey, teacher, leave them kids alone. Wrong. Do it again. You can't have any meat. You can't have any pudding if you don't eat your meat. How can you have any pudding if you don't eat your meat? I heard that the kids, they still have mask mandates in some of the schools here on the bus. And then you get off the bus and you can take off your mask. For now. Teachers are wearing masks. Kids are not. Until they go outside, then they wear masks. They shut off the water faucets. But imagine being a kid. Like I heard this guy talking about how he took his dog for a walk. And he forgot to bring the little plastic. And he's supposed to pick up their poo. Pick up their muon. Muon! Anamosh muon! Doggy doo. And a person in a mask was glaring at him, he thinks. But he goes, I didn't even feel bad. I didn't even feel like I wanted to say, oh, no, I'm sorry, I didn't bring a bag, but, because they couldn't see the facial expression. He didn't know if the person was super angry or smiling at him, or even thinking whatever. So he just didn't even talk to him. And I think when we all have masks on, we're walking around, it gets really weird. You don't want to stare somebody in the eye, but without any facial expressions. This is what your kids' teachers all look like. They all look like ladies in burqas. America's turned into the Middle East. Yeah, huh? We don't need no education. Do. So what else is going on, sweetie? Brandi Marie's here. Get out of here, Brandi Marie. Okay, hey, welcome back to the show. I haven't seen Brandi in a while. Brandi Marie says, Missy Charlie, I'm no longer on Facebook. Did they kick you off Facebook for speaking the truth? They can't handle the truth on Facebook. Missy says, I wonder why this cold isn't killing the COVID. Yeah. I heard that last year the COVID killed the flu. There were 0 deaths of the common influenza. Affluenza. That's when you have too much money. You're too affluent. Yeah. Influenza. Yeah, no deaths last year. So that's good. BOOZHOO. And yes, I remember that one. The Wall. Remember The Wall, Brandi? When we grew up and went to school, there were certain teachers who would hurt the children any way they could. By pouring their derision on anything we did, exposing every weakness, however carefully hidden, by the kids. But in the town, it was well known when they went home at night, their fat and psychopathic wives would thrash them within inches of their lives. You know what the name of that song was? Was that Happiest Days of Our Lives? Yeah, Happiest Days of Our Lives. Pink Floyd was so brilliant. Mother, do you think they'll drop the bomb? Mother, do you think they'll like this song? Julia Wolfe. Brian Souls. He's a soul man. Do. He's a soul. Hey, Brian, what's going on? Brian, the soul man's back. What's up, crew? Happy Friday, Mr. BOOZHOO. Hey, happy Friday. Back to you. Minawana Gozi. Nano Gija Good. Happy 5th day. Let's toast with a 5th at Brandi Marie. I could use a good warm glass of brandy, sweetie. Should we have a glass of Brandi Marie? Yeah. It's so cold. You want to sit by the fire and drink some Brandi Marie. Brandi, she's a fine girl. What a good wife you would be. Such a fine girl. But my love, my something lady, is the sea. That's about a sailor who can't commit to Brandi because he's committed to the sea. That's where his true love is. The sea. That's what I'm like, sweetie. You in love with the sea? Yep. The sea is my mistress. Have you ever been to the sea? I've been to the ocean a couple times. We went and visited Bridgie in Florida.
Yeah, that's right.
Went to the ocean there. What was that? The Atlantic Ocean? And we went down there with the band. When we were with Annie Humphrey Band. Went and visited the ocean there in Florida. And went to LA that time.
What is that? Is that the Atlantic Ocean?
That's the Pacific on that side, I think. I think California is Pacific and Florida side is Atlantic. I don't know. But yeah, I've seen it a couple times. Not too impressed, if I can be honest.
Really? You didn't get that oceanic feeling?
Yeah. It just seemed like a whole lot of wasted space. It's like, oh, this is where the country ends, huh? And the ocean begins. Look, it's completely flat. It's called sea level. It's not called sea curve. Globe believers. Oh, look. That boat, it's going over the curve. Wow, what a wonderful ball we live on where we can watch boats sail on over the curve. Some reason can't see the curve side to side no matter how high you get, but you can see boats go over the curve. What's that? Oh, you just zoomed in on your camera and you can see it. Let me see that. Oh, yeah. Never mind. It's just perspective, obviously. It's called the vanishing point. Obviously. I'm starting to become kind of impatient with globe believers.
Really? But you believed in the globe for most of your life.
I know. I kind of want to give people a pass. It's like, hey, it's not like I always knew the Earth wasn't a globe. There's just so much evidence that it's not a globe. Just with your own eyes. But there's been so much information out there now. If you still think that we live on a ball that's floating in outer space. Actually, this is the weird thing. I'm not, let me take that back.
You're going to take back that you've lost patience with globe believers?
Yeah. Because here's the other, the next step of the conspiracy theory. For some reason, reality itself presents just enough information for both sides to where it looks, it's like, to both sides, whatever side you're on, everything in this world, in this realm, in this flat, what seems like flat with a dome over it, realm, it presents enough information so a certain part of the population goes, yeah, wow, I can't believe it. They lied about that. And I can see through all the indoctrination. And at the same time, it presents just enough information for the globe believers to go, what? No. Obviously, here's my information. This is why I believe. I don't even need to believe. I know the Earth is a ball. So that's the double. It isn't just that everybody's wrong. Or who knows? Maybe we're all wrong. I know that ships don't go over a curve. And so that's why I don't believe in a ball. I know that those videos that NASA shows look really fake. To my eye, it's like, how can anybody believe that these guys are not on a green screen in harnesses? It seems so stupid. But that's the weird thing. That's where reality breaks down. There was a time when, like now, here's the other thing. Have you noticed how, like, reality itself just keeps making people more and more absurd? The reality presents, like, people just to divide and conquer us. Like Donald Trump. For some reason, Donald Trump came around and it drove half the population just crazy. They hated him. Everything that he said, looked, everything he did just made them really angry. And on the other side, when we see Nancy Pelosi, it's like, what? She's the worst human being. Just totally polarizing people in the news. Where you go, how do they get to be, I don't know, in the public eye, the one, it's like they exist just to drive a wedge between all the people. Because I think in the old days, like in the days of, John F. Kennedy Jr. or whatever, the people who didn't vote for him didn't hate him the way the people who hate the other side now. And you go, how can anybody like this guy? He sucks. And like for me, I look at Neil deGrasse Tyson and Bill Nye, the science guy. When I look at those guys, I see two perverts, two despicable human beings. Neil deGrasse Tyson just seems like an arrogant, dumb, evasive, cocky, drunken, perverted person. I would not want to hang out with Neil deGrasse Tyson for 10 minutes. Bill Nye seems even worse. I wouldn't trust Bill Nye to watch my cat. I think I'd come home and he'd be doing something perverted with Bagheera. Yeah, probably, huh? But same normal people within my family. There are probably people who I grew up with who had the same whatever, who would look at Bill Nye and Neil deGrasse Tyson and go, yeah, no, these guys are cool. I like them. In fact, I trust them. I listened to that Neil deGrasse Tyson and Bill Nye talk about the environment, global warming, and so that's where I got my opinions. And you go, how can that be? But what is that thing that is, well, we all know what that thing is. Shaitan. Yeah, no doubt. But something of the reality itself is presenting totally polarizing people where you just can't, it's almost not even about the people, but about how they divide us into two distinct camps where we just can't get along. We just don't even understand how. Are you guys seeing the same thing I'm seeing? Like, does Jimmy, what's that guy on the Tonight Show? Jimmy, not Jimmy Stewart. Yeah, well, Stephen Colbert, anybody. Do people actually think he's funny? Do they go, oh, this guy's great, I love this? Because same people will look at him and go, oh, this is so dumb, so not funny. It's cringy, it's so bad. And then somebody else is, intelligent, normal person will see that same thing and laugh and laugh. It's like I was talking about yesterday with that girl who farted with the pull my finger joke. Joke, I call it. Yeah. Do people really think that's funny? I don't know. How do the tides work on a flat ball Earth? How do the tides work on a flat or a ball? I got to answer that. They tell us that the moon has some sort of magnetic effect on the tides. I don't know. I couldn't begin to explain how the tides work. How does I know gravity is unnecessary on a flat. Gravity is just a theory to try to explain all these weird things about. If it's a spinning ball, how come the water doesn't just spin off? Does gravity pull stuff to it, or does it allow stuff to rotate? Both. Why? Oh, it's crazy, man. You can trust us. Who am I? Neil deGrasse Tyson. I've been accused of rape 3 times. Julia Wolfe says, obviously it's divide and conquer. That's what I'm trying to say. The divide and conquer. That's how they're getting us, to divide and conquer. So what do? How do we keep from being divided and conquered? Yeah, I don't want to be conquered. I don't know. Come on, people now. Smile on your brother. Everybody get together. Let's all one love one another right now. I hate that song. You hate that song? Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. If you like that song, we're through. I don't like that song. Oh, that's a relief. Yeah, I can't stand that song. Come on, people now. Smile on your brother. Everybody get together. Hey, you get together. Me, I'm divided and conquered. Sweetie, you want to get up here? Yeah, sure. I'm going to let Natasha get up here and say hello. I'm too riled up. Okay. But first, here's a song called Wake and Bake. Miigwech for the memories. And miigwech biz and dawi egg. Thank you for listening.
What am I doing? What am I doing?
But it's got nothing to do with you. I've got no one, still you won't do. And after today I'd say we are quite through. But I know you won't break down, you won't miss a step, you won't be around, and you'll never forget it one day. When I'm old and gray, I might look back and say that these were the golden days. One day when I'm old and I'm gray, I might look back and say this was the price I paid. Now so it goes, or so they say. Time's like a mountainscape. Well, I don't know, but I can't complain. God knows I've got my own escape. Sometimes I just might, even in the middle of the night. Sometimes and some days, sometimes, well, I wake and bake. But it's got nothing to do with you. I've got no one, still you won't do. And after today I'd say we are quite through. But I know you won't break down, you won't miss a step, you won't be around, you'll never forget it one day. When I'm old and gray, I might look back and say that these were the golden days. And one day when I'm old and I'm gray, I might look back and say this was the price I paid. Even in the middle of the day, Stephen grins a little, so they say. Sometimes, well, I wake and bake.
know. Sometimes, well, I wake and bake. BOOZHOO, everybody. BOOZHOO Kakina. Hello, everyone. Natasha Nandisha cause. Natasha is my name. And Neiman Wandum. G-A-I-N-O-M-A-N-U-M-G-U-M. I'm happy to be here today. And I am, Nimano I good am. That's how that would actually translate. Namino I am well. Anin, A-G-A-I-N, Niji.
Namino I am well.
Hey, how are you, brother?
I know. I like it when you call me Niji.
Hey there, Niji. What's up, Nij? Niji is like your friend who's a guy. Nijikwe is like your friend who's a girl. I'm your Nijikwe. And sitting by the fire, Ningijus. Ningijus. Oh, those Ningijus. Oh, those Jews. What are you supposed to do with the Jews?
Hey, speaking of Jews, we got a call.
We got a call? You're kidding. I wonder who could be calling us at this hour of the day. Line 2?
Line 2.
Hello, caller. Welcome to the BOOZHOO NANABOOZHOO podcast. You're on the air.
Jawohl. Hello, Natasha. It is I, mein Führer.
Adolf Hitler. Well, hello, Adolf. How you doing? Sweetie, it's Adolf Hitler.
Okay, BOOZHOO Niji.
Hello, NANABOOZHOO. How are you?
Well, Namino I am well.
Oh, yes. How do you say that? We say, let me get the graphic up here. Namino I am well. Mino means good.
Namino I am well.
Yeah, it means well or good or whatever. But ni would be first person.
Ni.
Yeah. And then minnow is something that's good or well.
Minnow.
And then aya is when, like the word am, when we possess something. You possess wellness. I am well.
Namino I. Well, let me tell you, Natasha. Your little friend, Adolf Hitler, he is very well.
Well, good. I'm happy to hear that. Are you keeping warm?
Oh, yes, I am very well warm. I warm myself by the stove, if you know what I mean.
Don't joke about that. That's not funny. Vad? You are making the inference. I simply joke.
I am well. Ningijus. I am warm.
Yes, Ningijus. Natasha, can I ask you a question? Only if it's not anti-Semitic.
How many Jews does it take to make a pizza?
Never mind. That's not how the joke goes anyway. Listen, I'm going to let you go.
Oh, no. One more thing.
What?
How do you say, I will see you again?
In Ojibwe, we say, Gigawabamin Minawa.
Gigawabamin Minawa.
Yep. Gigawabamin Minawa, Adolf. Hikes. He had a lot of energy today.
Yeah, no kidding. What's up with him?
I don't know. I got the impression he wanted to make some Jew jokes, so I got rid of him.
Yeah, that's the right idea.
Ningijus. I am warm. Namino Eya. I am well. And you know why we're well, sweetie?
What's that?
Because the BOOZHOO crew takes care of us.
Yeah, pretty much.
I would like to say miigwech to everyone who has supported the show. We have a handful of Patreon supporters. I feel like we should do just like a Patreon show sometime.
Yeah, but they won't even know that we were doing it.
I know, that's a problem. But miigwech to our Patreon supporters. There's a link in the description. We also have people that give us a check now and then. A check. You can tell I'm from the 80s. On PayPal, you can support us. We also have a GoFundMe campaign. We're raising some money. And Michael Lyons, the rock star cartoonist himself, He's got books for sale on Amazon.com. And we also accept super chats. I also get embarrassed when people give us super chats, but we appreciate it. Not to hint or anything, but and so we're doing just fine because we have heat, we have food, we have everything we need. Even though the pickup's not running, we can walk to the grocery store. Nanaboozhoo good. It is the 5th day. It's Friday. If we get it together tonight, maybe we'll record the radio show.
Yeah, that's a good idea. That could be fun.
Yeah. And what else did I want to say, sweetie?
Do you want to talk about wake and bake?
Not really. Wake and bake. That's really more of a story for Michael and me. I'm just a little girl. I don't know anything. I don't know anything about such things. But that was a song Michael wrote. Michael, is that song about what I think it is?
What do you think it is?
I think it's about waking and bacon.
Waking and bacon? Like bacon and eggs?
No.
You know what it's about. That's what that I wrote it under those circumstances.
Under those effects? Just say no, kids. That's what I learned from Nancy Reagan. This is your brain. This is your brain on drugs. Would you like it fried or scrambled? Over easy? Sunny day. I feel like I was going to say something before the end of the show, though.
Yeah. What did you want to talk about?
Should I go outside and say miigwech?
Yeah, go say, I'm going to teleport you outside and you can put out some tobacco.
Yeah, how about that?
All right.
I'm going to go outside.
All right, sweetie, hang on. I'm going to scan for your coordinates.
I'm right here, silly.
And 1 to teleport.
Make it so, number 1.
Okay, hang on.
Oh, yeah, it's warmer than it was, but it's still cold. Still 5 below 0. Oh, I forgot tobacco. In the Indian way, if you forget your tobacco, it's okay. You can just sit out and talk to God. Get Manadu. I don't have any Sema, so I'm just going to pray. The God we took a wishing men away noon. Great Spirit, please help me to speak well today. Get Manadu. The God we took a wishing way ninchi. Nana could a wonderman. G o tapanaman inu. Get kashki ketosiwan. G anji seduyan. G anji seduyan. Get kashki ketuyan. Jite apichidam wakayan. Jike naman ono. Ape inge. Great Spirit, grant me the serenity to accept the things I cannot change, the courage to change the things that I can, and the wisdom to know the difference. Amen.
Well, I'll do what I can, me daughter.
Well, hi, Gitchi Manadu. How are you?
Oh, Namino Ea. I am well, Nendonis. I am well, my daughter.
Ladies and gentlemen, the Great Spirit, Gitchi Manadu. I was just talking about you.
Yes, well, I was listening to your prayers.
Yeah. So what's up? You gonna grant me the serenity?
I already have. Don't you feel serene?
I do, now that you mention it. Like, it's cold, but it's just beautiful. It's serene. Will you grant me the courage to accept the things, or the courage to change the things I cannot accept?
How do you feel?
not afraid, I guess. Is that what courage is?
Yeah, courage is your default feeling when there is no fear.
Oh, interesting. And then what's the last one? The wisdom to know the difference. Will you grant me the wisdom to know the difference between the things I can change and things I can't?
I already have Nindonis.
Wow. Well, thanks a lot, me Gwatch.
You know, all you have to do is ask. Ask, knock, and the door shall be opened.
Yeah. All right, well, I think I'll go back.
Okay. I will see you again, me daughter. Gigawaba min, minawa.
Gigawaba min, minawa, gichimanadu. Ladies and gentlemen, the Great Spirit.
Okay, BOOZHOO crew.
All right, we'll go back.
All right. Bloop. Okay, BOOZHOO.
Hi, sweetie.
You want me to teleport you home?
Yeah, would ya?
No problem. Hang on, I'm scanning for your coordinates.
Okay.
1 to teleport.
Make it so, number 1.
Hey, welcome home.
Thanks, sweetie.
Is it cold outside?
Yeah, it's pretty cold. I just said a quick prayer and talked to God.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I think that's all I have for today. Did you want to add anything before I sign out?
No, just tell him I said thanks.
But, what's your name?
NanaBOOZHOO.
Yeah. NanaBOOZHOO would like to Ikadon Miigwech. Would like to say thank you. Michael?
No, the same thing.
And Michael Lyons would like to Ikadon Miigwech. Would like to say thank you. And me? Oh, me? Miigwech Bizendawieg. Thank you for listening to BOOZHOO NANABOOZHOO, the podcast about Ojibwe language and culture. I am Natasha. This is NanaBOOZHOO.
Okay, miigwech.
This is Michael Lyons.
Thanks so much, you guys. We'll see you tomorrow.
And I will see you again. Gigawabamin. Sweetie, one more time?
I'm gonna go teleport back to the studio.
Yeah, I'm gonna go back. I had to grab some stuff.
All right.
See you tomorrow.
1 to teleport.
Make it so, number 1.
Welcome to BOOZHOO NANABOOZHOO, the podcast about Ojibwe language and culture too. I'm happy to be here with you today to speak Ojibwe. G-A-I-on Homanungun in English means I'm happy to be here today. That's all I wanted to say in Ojibwe. Welcome back to the show. Welcome back to BOOZHOO NANABOOZHOO, the podcast about Ojibwe language and culture.